Hello and welcome back to BookPod. We have officially arrived at the grand finale, Season 1, Episode 13. We are standing at the threshold of Week 13, exploring the final, deeply spiritual chapter of our 12-week program. Chapter 12, Recovering a Sense of Faith. Today, we are unpacking what it truly means to trust the darkness of the creative forest, how to embrace the sacred mystery of our ideas, and how to allow our imagination to run entirely free at play. We will also look at the powerful concept of escape velocity as you transition out of this book, break down this week's final tasks, review our last weekly check-in, and sign our official creativity contract. Finally, we will wrap up our journey with the epilogue, detailing the rules of the sacred circle and concluding with the beautiful artist's prayer. Over the last 12 weeks, we have fought through blocks, U-turns, and skepticism. This final step isn't about rigid control, it is about absolute surrender. So, over the next few minutes, let's explore these final lessons together and look at how we can step boldly off the map and into a lifelong creative practice. Trusting. To truly recover a sense of faith, Chapter 12 asks us to embrace the terrifying, exhilarating act of trusting. When we embark on a new creative project, we want guarantees. We want to know exactly how the song will sound, how the listing will look, or how the script will end before we even begin. But true creativity doesn't work that way. Julia Cameron reminds us of this by grounding us in a profound quote by Mickey Hart. Adventures don't begin until you get into the forest. The first step is an act of faith. To be an artist is to accept that you must walk into the dark woods of uncertainty without a flashlight. You have to trust that the path will reveal itself only after you take the step. Faith means laying down your need for control, picking up your tools, and stepping into the blank space, trusting that the universal creative energy will meet you there in the dark. Mystery and the imagination at play. Once we step into that forest, we come face to face with mystery. Our rational, analytical minds hate mystery. They want logic, order, and predictable outcomes. But art is not a math equation. It is a spiritual delivery system. Ideas often come to us from a place we cannot fully explain, a sudden flash of inspiration, a strange coincidence, or a vivid dream. Instead of trying to dissect and intellectualize these mysteries, we must allow our imagination to be at play. Creativity flourishes when we treat it as an open playground rather than a high-stakes laboratory. When you allow yourself to play without an agenda, mixing colors, humming random melodies, or collecting odd treasures, you open the door for the mystery to move through you. An autonomous artist doesn't need to understand the source of the magic. They just need to show up and let the magic play. Escape velocity. This brings us to a crucial psychological phase that happens right now as you finish the book. Escape velocity. In physics, escape velocity is the exact amount of speed and energy a rocket needs to break free from a planet's gravitational pull. In creative recovery, escape velocity is the surge of energy you need to break free from your old, toxic gravity, your old patterns of self-sabotage, your cynical friends, and your deep-seated habits of hiding. As you reach the end of this 12-week program, you might feel a sudden, intense pull to regress. You might feel tempted to stop writing your morning pages or cancel your artist dates because the old, comfortable gravity of being blocked is trying to pull you back down. Recognizing escape velocity means realizing that this final friction is normal. It takes immense force to launch into a new way of living. Do not let the old gravity win. Use this momentum to blast completely out of your old orbit. Tasks and exercises summarized. This final week features a beautiful set of tasks designed to solidify your new creative foundation. Let's break down the core assignments. Task 1, the trust fall. Identify one creative risk you have been terrified to take. Write it down, look it in the eye, and commit to taking one tiny, practical step toward it this week as an explicit act of faith. Task 2, honoring the mystery. Spend an entire evening engaging with a medium you know absolutely nothing about. If you are a musician, paint. If you are a writer, sculpt with clay. Do it with zero expectations, focusing entirely on the mysterious joy of the unknown. Task 3, clearing the launchpad. Write down 3 old habits or relationships that exert a negative, gravitational pull on your time. Explicitly define how you will maintain your escape velocity to keep them from grounding your progress. Task 4, the playground date. Take an artist date that is intentionally silly and childlike. Go to a toy store, buy a box of sidewalk chalk, or spend an hour looking at colorful trinkets. Let your imagination play without adult supervision. The creativity contract. To permanently lock in your growth, Chapter 12 asks you to sign your formal creativity contract. This is a sacred pact between you and your inner artist. It states that you will continue to honor your voice, keep writing your morning pages, and protect your weekly artist dates long after you close the back cover of this book. It is a declaration of independence, stating that you are now fully invested in your own creative longevity. The final check-in. Now, for the very last time in this series, it is time for our weekly check-in. Take a quiet, deeply honest moment to reflect on this closing week. Did you manage to write your morning pages every single day this week? As you look back over the full 12 weeks, can you see how these pages served as a map for your evolution? Did you take your artist date this week? And did you allow yourself to build a space where your imagination could truly play? Did you experience any friction or pull from your old life as you hit your escape velocity? And how did you navigate that resistance? Finally, did you open your heart to the mystery of your ideas, or did you try to force them into a neat, predictable box? Acknowledge your answers with absolute pride. You showed up for the work, and that alone is a massive victory. Epilogue, the sacred circle rules. As we look beyond the pages of the book, Julia leaves us with a beautiful epilogue outlining the concept of the sacred circle. True creative recovery thrives in community, but it requires fierce protection. The rules of the sacred circle are simple. We must protect one another's vulnerability. We do not judge another artist's raw, early drafts. We do not offer unsolicited criticism disguised as help. We build a sanctuary where it is safe to fail, safe to play, and safe to grow. By honoring these rules, we ensure that the creative ecosystem stays fertile for everyone. An artist's prayer. We have reached the end of our text, and I want to close our 12-week audio journey by sharing the artist's prayer with you. Great Creator, we acknowledge you as the source of all things. Thank you for the creative spark you have placed within us. Help us to overcome our fears, to trust the dark forest of our journeys, and to accept the mysteries of your inspiration. Deliver us from our self-criticism, grant us the humility to make bad art in the pursuit of great art, and give us the strength to keep showing up at the page. May our work be a reflection of your light. To every single one of you who has hit play week after week, who has woken up early to fill 3 messy pages, and who has treated their inner child to silly dates, I wish you absolute wellness, abundance, and unshakable creative freedom. You are an artist. You always have been. Never stop entering the forest, never stop trusting the mystery, and keep your spark burning bright. Thank you for sharing this beautiful journey with me on BookPod. Take care of your artist, stand tall in your faith, and go create something beautiful.